Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Welcome to the assault on the Crystal Tower. I'm Keith, and I'm an improv actor, and joining me are my fellow improv actors, Miguel, Sarah, and Simona. And today, we're going to be playing a TTRPG in a custom campaign setting. Welcome to the land of Esmar. A quiet and uneasy peace wraps around the Vostronian nation. The peace is slowly being undone. To the north, warlike humans of the Gilbrachians have been testing the borders of the Radalanians, who are dwarves. Lacorian elves move unseen in this land, looking to reclaim it through subterfuge and betrayal. Creatures from the southwest wildlands are moving into the lands taken back what was once theirs. King Edan maintains the peace. However, some say the monarchy is in peril and his strength of his leadership wanes. A storm of despair and bloodshed looms on the horizon of these lands. The land is a powder keg waiting for a match. The will of man may not be enough to change the nature of chaos. We last found our heroes coming from a armory that has been forgotten in these lands. They found one of the armories of King Galval Lupenthal. They were informed that by two ruffians. They cleared it out and purified it and took an oath. After that, they were betrayed by those ruffians, and they dealt with them post-haste. After dealing with the armory, they got a note to go to the city of Hamlet. That you traveled hundreds of miles past Banrock, past the marshes of Yaxen, going through the plains of Yellen. 3 months have passed since you last left the town of Laws. Ari, Johnny, and Nameless. You are rapidly approaching the town of Hamlet. As you come to a break in the forest, a man, clothed in black, with a purple bandana approaches you, with a large rucksack full of goods.
Ooh. I would like to approach the man.
Hello, stranger.
Hey there. The name's Johnny.
Ah, it looks like you wear your heart on your shoulder.
I wear my hat on my head.
Clever, aren't you?
That's what people say. Johnny Clueless. The man who never leaves a clue unfound.
Nothing gets by you, right?
So what are you doing? You got some sales, or are you just passing through?
Observant as always, Mr. Clueless. I'm just a humble merchant. I travel from here to Hamlet and to Doveport, making sales. Are you buying something?
Are you selling something?
I have various trinkets, baubles, and items of interest.
I love trinkets. And Ari just approaches very quickly, just shoving Johnny a little bit on the side. He's like, I want to see your trinkets. I'm Ari.
Hello, Ari.
Hi.
What's that behind you? Little
Oh, she's Puffle. She's with me.
Puffle.
Yeah.
How intriguing. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But that's not the matter.
No, wait. I've actually haven't seen anyone like Puffle before, but you have?
It's very rare, very rare.
Can you tell me more? I've been studying and trying to understand what she is, and I just haven't found anything in books. What
you
know?
haven't traveled the land, have you?
I'm a new adventurer.
I can tell. You seem troubled. Like you've tasted what the world really is. You're not as innocent as you once were, are you?
Nameless whips an apple.
He's making direct eye contact with Ari and just like magically catches it out of thin air.
Sometimes an apple is just an apple. Or
He tosses the apple back to you.
it can be a test.
Who are you, sir?
I'm a humble merchant. I sell my goods throughout the land.
Can I would love to understand if he's lying.
Go make an insight check.
Okay. 14.
He's not lying. He's seen a lot.
Are you guys going to Hamlet?
We've been wandering around long enough to know the difference between a friend and a foe, good sir.
Really, have you? Well, that'll be tested here.
So you're tracking us.
Me?
You know where we're headed?
I asked you the question. I didn't know. I asked you if you were going to Hamlet.
What have you got for sale there?
That's what I like to hear. What are you buying?
And he whips out his jacket, and you can see throwing daggers, supplies to go on any adventures, ropes, tinctures, potions, pliers, things of any nature, lockpicking.
Would you like to see the rest of me inventory?
I got some things I want to buy.
Yeah.
He puts down his rucksack with a heavy, puts it down, gets up, takes off a chest, opens it up. You can see just basic weaponry. Then he has another basket full of food and goods.
Here's what I've got. See anything you like?
Here's a question. Do you have a disguise kit, a poisoner's kit, and a cartographer's tools? Sorry, calligrapher's tools.
I have the cartography and calligraphy right here. You interested?
I'm interested in the calligraphy tools and a disguise kit and a poison kit, if you have those.
I'm not into those poisons. Ruthless, traitorous fiends use those.
Well, how about the disguise kit?
He's searching his ruck, taking items out, boxes, well-packed parcels.
My last one.
I've heard that before. How much you want to part with it?
How much you got?
Enough?
Enough is enough?
I have enough. Tell me your asking price. For both. The calligrapher's tools and the disguise kit.
You know what? I like you. You remind me. Someone I used to know. 15 gold.
15 gold can do. Here.
Thank you.
He gives you all the items that you requested.
Awesome.
Anybody else?
What are you gonna get?
Ari's just like staring at him. Not sure.
You see, his eyes are very soft and warm, and he's just like, means you no harm, and is really just here to sell you good items.
Do you have anything that can heal?
Are you looking for trouble, miss?
seems like trouble is finding us. I mean, we are adventurers, so yes.
All right. Only a minor potion. You might be able to get healed up at the medicine tent here. Fred and Foy are good healers.
Fred and
Foy.
Foy. And where is this medical camp?
Past the blacksmith. 100 meters away from the woodcutter.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll take the potion and we'll visit the medicine camp for sure. How much for the potion?
For you 5.
Okay. Here she just takes like a big bag with a lot of money and she's just like counting.
I should have
like,
asked for more.
Okay, 5 here.
Ari.
Thank you. And then she just puts it back. Some fall on the ground. She's like, oh shit. Oops. Oh, 1 platinum. Oops. And then she just put it back. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'm looking at you, lass. Do you want anything?
What have you got that's good for slicing through flesh?
Not very much. Not into that anymore. Just a few daggers. Short sword.
Any poisons for the daggers?
I don't do poisons.
Let me check out a dagger or 2.
Shows you a collection of daggers. He has 3 throwing daggers, a nice mid-sized dagger that could potentially be a short sword, and a nice about 8-inch kind of K-bar style. It's very well crafted.
K-bar style. Sounds kind of cool. But I should think about my distance stuff. Protect these guys from behind. So, 3 throwing daggers. And do you have any smith's tools?
Oh, you can find it at the local smith. I forget his name. Don't really deal with him.
Smithy?
He's a dwarf.
Okay.
Only one in town.
Got it.
We making an exchange, love?
Only if you're looking for apples.
I normally work in gold.
Oh, gold. Sure. Thought you meant something else.
Why,
6.
you're a group of fine fellowship bunch.
Sorry for the initial suspicious. We just had to check you out. We've been wandering for a little while.
I know the feeling.
I trusted him from the beginning. I'm very observant, you see. Nothing sketchy about this guy.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
That's what I'm here for.
Never wrong, so.
So 6 gold for the 3?
How'd you know?
1 + 2 + 1 + 1.
Educated, I see.
Thanks.
Let's go. Is that it?
Actually, and Ari grabs Puffle. Do you have anything for her? To make her just a little sturdier?
You want to armor her up?
Perhaps?
He goes into a chest, ruffles through it a little bit. He's taking his time.
I remember. It was in the north of Gilbrack, upon the border of Rattling. That's where I got this.
He pulls out this heavily armored collar, chainmail and plated.
Expensive, though.
Did you get it from a creature similar to Puffle?
He's thinking about it.
I'd say yes.
North, you say? That's pretty far from here.
That it is.
Do you know anything else about these creatures?
I don't want to ruin this for you. That creature can be your friend, but if you mistreat it, you hurt it, it will most certainly be your enemy.
She's my friend.
I can see that.
How much for the collar?
25 gold piece.
Okay. She just goes open the bag.
Nobody bargains around here.
Okay, bargaining is for poor people. You know that. We talked about this.
All right.
Here, 25.
Here you go.
Thank you. And I just put it on Puffle.
I do want to check out that K-bar.
I see your eyes.
After all, can I heft it around
Yep.
a little bit?
You feel it's solid, sturdy, carbonized steel. This has gone through definitely a nice process. Metal is nice and hard.
Because I'm used to my great axe, but
A backup weapon, then.
right. I don't know. One for each hand.
I'm partial to switchblades, but I like a good K-bar now and then.
Fits your style.
Do you have any switchblades for my friend?
I haven't seen one of those. You'd have to go to the capital for that.
All right.
That craftsmanship, I know the dwarves can do it.
That's where I got my last one. A dwarf friend of mine. Which brings me to my last question for you. If you're done with your transaction.
10.
I'll do you 12.
11.
Don't test me, girl. 12.
12. Oh. I take it for real this time.
He took it back, and then you did the exchange.
The first one was a demo model.
Yeah, that was the demo.
Got it. Got
The
it.
Let
floor
you-
model.
And then-
Swinging around.
I can put it in a holster.
You're gonna put holster on your side.
Okay, on the side. Great.
Or boot. Just can,
Ooh,
Yeah, you
a shank
can-
in my boot.
you can put the shank in the boot.
Perfect. That feels good.
I got one more question for you. You seem to travel a lot, and something you said stuck with me. So I want to know, you ever done any trading on the coast?
To the east, there's no ports. They couldn't build them after the war. Then the uprising. Haven't been there since. To the west, I mean, if you go to the colleges, plenty of ports there. I mean, after Hamlet, you can get down south to Doveport.
About the trading town.
You want to know where you can make money, don't you?
I want to know where you've been and where we may have met before. There's something familiar about you that I can't shake.
We could have passed in Tarin.
You ever made your way past Banrock?
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago indeed. A lot of things went down in Banrock. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen in
A lot of
Hamlet.
terrible things went down in Banrock. Traitors, poisoners, murderers. I didn't want anything of that. Just wanted to sell my items.
That's good to hear. Just to keep your nose out of trouble and maybe we don't meet again under bad circumstances.
I will, Mr. Clueless.
Mr. Merchant, whose name I never got.
Just a merchant.
Just a merchant.
Just a merchant.
They're all just merchants when their masks are on.
Well, I got what I need. Anyone else need anything from our merchant friend here?
What's the specialist thing you got? The sparkliest, coolest specialist thing.
That holds value, or that helps you.
That holds value.
Little Ruby.
What's the story?
Every once in a while, a merchant traveling Esmore can always fall on hard times. This has kept me in the black, as they say.
Puts it back.
Nice. Good luck.
Here's a tip for you all. Hamlet's dangerous. There are traitors there. People you can't trust. There's something wrong there. I don't know what.
Something wrong with the people, the authorities.
The warden's not there. Been missing. People haven't been coming and going as they normally do. Something's wrong. I don't know what. No one's telling me anything.
Well, it's just lucky that Johnny Clueless and his team of Crime Stoppers is here to check out the town.
Do you have a truth-telling serum?
I'm not an alchemist, miss.
I thought you had potions.
I have mainly healing potions.
Dang.
Sorry.
It's okay. We will figure it out, but thank you. That's very helpful information.
He packs up all his stuff, puts on his ruck.
I hope to see you around.
I'm sure this is not the last time that we see each other.
If we don't see your face or know your name,
Just the merchant.
yeah, we won't know if we do see you again. How will we know? Oh, the ruby.
You'll know. You'll know.
He starts walking away from you all.
Till next time.
Waves. You see him go off into the distance.
Bye, Just Merchant.
Keep your nose
Bye.
clean.
Bye, dude.
All right.
Well, he definitely didn't tell us everything he knew.
No. He's cautious. He's by himself.
Maybe we should be more cautious too as we enter Hamlet.
How's Puffle doing with the new collar?
She's good. I think she'd like it. So, when you look at Puffle, you see like a little pet. She looks like cross between a pug and a little dragon. So she's a little blue with pink highlights. It has two little wings that have the same color of her of her face, and she's just like very happily snorting a little bit with the new color. You girl, you'll like it.
She's sweet.
She's very sweet.
Great. Well,
Sounds like we're needed in the town.
yeah.
Yep.
How about we make our way in there? Any objections?
No.
No, that's where we're going. That's the note you found, right?
Yeah. We'll head there and see what's.
We're going to give
What's
those
wrong?
ruffians a what for.
I know.
Right.
What was the note saying? It's been so long. I forgot what the job was. Just go to Hamlet, have fun.
Pretty sure it just said big job in Hamlet.
The journey continues in Hamlet.
Okay, so we also have to discover the journey.
You think back to yourself what it wrote on the note. All it said was, big job in Hamlet, meet contact.
Meet contact.
That's it.
Meat contact. Maybe we should go to the butcher.
I am hungry. I could always butcher somebody.
Oh. Sounds like a plan. That's our meat contact.
Sure. Maybe it's not the first thing we do, but eating sounds great. Let's go.
All right.
As you move into the break, you can see 4 fields endlessly going off in the road to a distance. You see a farm, modest farm, somewhat well kept, medium sized. It has 2 pigs, not very prosperous. Another farm that you can see the outline as, it's just the fields from this point is just perfectly square. To the right, you can see a big house with a giant keg on the side of it, and some people working, collecting hops and wheat.
Can I just do a quick check? After the merchant told us that things are a little weird, can I just take a look at the nature? I just want to make sure birds are still flying.
You hear chirping,
Okay. I hear
chirping, but it's not normal. You hear silent, silent. So something's off in the woods. Something's not right.
Okay, Johnny, nameless. Whatever's not right, it starts from here. Like animals are doing weird things, so we should just keep our eyes open.
Okay.
Be cautious.
You all are standing there, and a little figure sees you all, and then bolts off running away
Running away
from you guys. He's going way towards into the hamlet. He's going into the center of town.
That's not weird at all.
Yikes.
We just got spotted.
Yep.
Johnny's gonna run after him.
Again. Ari's like, he's run off again.
Yeah.
Well, I've got stealth. I mean, we can maybe not be so conspicuous as we
I also have
as
stealth.
as we move.
It might be a little too late for that.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Don't worry, I'll draw their attention. Yeah, and he just starts going crazy. In the
Johnny
You're
is
just
gone.
waving your arms up the road like, hey, everybody, I'm Johnny Clueless. And some farmhands look over at you and then are very confused, but then they see these two. And then the look on their faces kind of go. And they're walking into the barns now.
So we're advancing into the town behind Johnny.
Yeah.
who's pointing and screaming at the guy who ran away from us.
Okay.
Get back here,
You
you!
weren't fast enough to catch this wee young one with nice young strapping legs and his know-how of the town. He kind of disappeared into the main square. Now you're at a T section. To the right of you, you see a sign, a toad wrapped in sheets, and it says 3 sheets to the toad. You assume it's a tavern because the toad is holding a mug of ale. To the left, it's a very nice building, very decorative, but empty. And on the far right, you see a little farm.
Well, tavern seems like a good spot to start. We can drink something, eat something, maybe take a shower. What do you think?
Yeah, but let's keep our eyes open.
A figure approaches you as you chat in the intersection,
Okay.
dressed in black robes, wearing a nice hat.
Okay.
Another immediately trustworthy fellow.
Hello.
Hello. Alrighty. Oh God. Alright.
Whew.
Well, hello there. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Henry Pendleton.
Describe what he sees.
He looks around and sees a stout young lad, a halfling at about the age of 30, standing 3 feet tall, wearing a private detective's outfit with a nice hat, a leather jacket, a magnifying glass, looking at things, some nice glasses, and a little pouch on his side, as well as a switchblade and a crossbow in its holster. The name's Johnny Clueless.
In the back, just under 6 feet tall, menacing, teenage half-orc. Blonde hair pulled back into a double braid. A great axe and some other weaponry. A shank in her boot. And a pouch full of fruit. She pulls out an apple, looks at you, It's menacing, but she means it to be a smile.
And just a little bit ahead of the half-orc, you see a tiefling girl, around 5'5", with light purple skin, silver hair, with 2 ponytails, and 2 dark gray, curled, cute horn. They look very polished and clean. She's wearing a very nice custom-made adventuring gears with tight dark blue pants, very fine boots, and a crop top. You see her wielding a long bow, and then you see 2 short swords on both her sides. Next to her, there is a little puffle, which you can't understand what it is, but she looks like a blend of a pug and a little dragon. And she's just smiling and snorting at you.
An interesting bunch. What was your name?
Everyone here just calls me Nameless. I'd rather remain nameless for the meantime. But
And I caught yours. Yours was Johnny.
Johnny. They call me Johnny Clueless, because I never leave any clue unfound.
Ah.
Private detective, at your service. Whips out like a hand-drawn card and hands it to you.
A hand-drawn card. Okay, I'll add that.
And I'm Ari, and she's Puffle. Nice to meet you, Henry.
A pleasure to meet you as well. What an interesting creature you have there.
Yeah, she's with me. She found me. And
Fantastic.
you're together. Are you from here?
I am, I guess, yes, you could say I'm currently residing here in the Hamlet. And I see that you are an interesting bunch, and you've piqued my curiosity, so I decided to approach you all.
I mean, why interesting? Don't you ever have visitors or adventurers in Hamlet?
Well, that's exactly why I approached you. You seem to be the adventuring sort, but as it's been a little slow in the Hamlet as of late, compared to how it once was, at least.
And here I thought I was fitting in perfectly. I am a master of disguises.
We know that.
do you want to show him?
Be ready to be amazed. He pulls out his disguise kit that he just bought and puts a fake mustache over his mustache and a monocle with no lens. I'm a grave inspector. I inspect graves. Nothing gets past me when grave inspecting needs done.
Yeah, we are an interesting bunch, Henry.
The Nameless one tosses you an apple from her sack.
Am I dexterous enough to be able to catch this apple?
Roll for it.
I have a mask. I don't have great sight. It slips out of my hand. Oh.
The Nameless one is relieved and instantly feels warmth and trust towards this stranger, which is very, very rare.
I have dropped your apple.
It's not a problem. I've got tons more.
Well, where are you all headed?
I rip off the mustache and monocle and put them back in my little sack.
Johnny, I didn't see you there.
Told you, didn't I? I'm a master of disguises, you see.
Oh, wow.
I think we were thinking of getting a drink at the tavern here, but I also want to know if that house is haunted. And he looks over to the empty house.
Maybe you'd like to show us around your hometown.
I would love to. Not from here, but this is currently where I'm residing. I've been traveling, but this is where I have my roots down as of this moment. But I would love to take you into the tavern. Perhaps you have a tale or two to spin.
We do.
We do.
We do.
Johnny Clueless is never short on tales, my friend.
I'd very much love to hear about them.
We had to
3
the proper.
sheets to the toad.
Yes, 3 sheets to the toe.
You walk in, open the door to 3 sheets to the toad. It is somewhat busy at 3 p.m. You can smell the ale burst and food and alcohol stains on the wooden benches and floor as people got really, really into it here at this tavern. It's a happening place. You notice in the corner an Irish wolfhound, and the bartender's there, bald man with a nice big beard, wearing, a chef's cover.
How long have you been here in Hamlet? Put your roots down here?
Well, specifically, I've been acquiring laboratory items from Doveport and a few of the other surrounding towns, but currently I've been here for a couple of weeks.
Oh. Do you know what's good here at the tavern?
I could make some suggestions, but the house special would probably suffice. If you're a fan of meat and veggies.
Meat.
We came here for our meat contact, so meat's a good place to start.
A meat contact.
Yes, we found a note, and all it said was meat contact in Hamlet.
Yeah, Ari looks at you, you see her.
Meat.
I'm perceptive about these things,
Like, I'm sure it was meat, but they believe it's meat, so it's okay.
Let's get some meat.
Yes, meat and veggies sounds great.
But then let's take a seat.
Great.
Can I call the bartender? Like I'm familiar with him, right?
You want to call Ramoy? She's there.
It's not the bar man.
You want to call Patty?
Yeah, isn't he the one who's going to be serving, or is it?
He serves the ale.
Oh, so he's the drink. Okay, so then yeah, I would want to contact Ramoy.
Ramoy?
Ramoy. Sure. I would like to raise we're here. Sure.
Okay, you all take your seats. You come down. The head, for some reason, the head serving wench comes to your table. Well, hi. What can I get for you guys?
Meat and vegetables.
And a chalice of wine, please.
We don't have wine.
Oh. It's an ale house. All right.
You'd have to go to the brewmeister for that.
Oh, it's an ale house. Sure, ale sounds
Ale?
great.
Couple of crafts.
I never turned down a good ale.
Ramoy goes back and back, and a serving wench just gives you all your ales. Comes back, do you want anything to eat?
Meat.
Like raw?
You got raw?
We got raw.
You can serve raw here?
We got raw.
Oh, I would love a plate of raw meat if that's possible.
All right. Teresa, and then Teresa comes in back, and there's these like shredded beef, like with the wagyu thin slices, all in a plate, stacked in kind of a deck of cards kind of thing.
Nameless can't help herself.
And it's just Nameless is now chowing down.
Some cocktails.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
should have
Something
taken
cooked.
Something cooked too. Yeah.
All right, 2 toads, another toad.
Is it organic?
Of course, it's organic.
Great question.
I'll have an organic toad.
A few minutes come by. A serving wench comes with 3 plates, a side of mixed vegetables, carrots, squash, cauliflower, broccoli, with a sausage that is covered in a thick pastry, and hands it all to you. Nameless is going down on the raw meat.
Thank you, my lady.
So, Henry, you've been here for a couple of weeks. What is the vibe of the town?
Quite depressing compared to the others. It seems that there is... I would describe it as a drawing or draining of energy from this town.
We met a merchant on the way who said that there was something very wrong here in town.
Everything is a bit drab.
The meat's good.
That's a positive.
Everything seems relatively normal inside here.
It's just more of a feeling.
Did you feel it as soon as you came, or started after a little bit?
I would say that it was lingering, and it has progressively gotten worse. But I would very much love to hear about your tales. Enough about myself. Where have you all hailed from?
Well, I ran away and found these folks. They don't mind that I've got a little bit of a temper. And we've been roaming around. There was a tomb that we raided.
Oh, do tell.
That was pretty awesome.
Brought a few ruffians to justice.
Yeah,
As we do.
probably they didn't deserve to die, but
They deserve to die.
it was an accident.
They lied to us.
But you don't kill people because they lie.
I do.
Care to be a little bit more specific?
They set us up. They told us about this tomb. Told us it was just a matter of getting inside and getting the loot. We got there and realized it was a trap. They came after us, meaning to kill us. Including Puffle, Ari.
We don't know that. I found a scroll, and it was just powerful magic, okay? I just opened the scroll, said whatever it said, and it just melted to the ground into goo.
It happens.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't have any ill will towards them, then it all works out in the end. Justice prevails.
And did you at least find this treasure that you were looking for?
Yep.
Of course. And then Johnny pulls out a shiny new knife. I got my new switchblade from in there.
I got my armor and some gold.
That is a very nice knife.
Thank you.
Can I take a look at, after he asked this question, after we said, oh yeah, sure, I just want to know if he's like, interested in knowing more, or it's like interested in like, oh, I want to steal something. Like if there is any malevolent thought behind that question. That's what I want to know. I want to try to understand that.
You're going to check Mr. Henry.
Yes. I want to understand if his body language changed when they said yes, and if it was something like he doesn't mean well. That's what I want to do.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to make an initial test,
Okay.
and if I deem that successful, then we'll have an opposed roll off. Okay?
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
Is it insight?
Yes.
It's a not natural 20.
It's a 20?
It's a 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You have succeeded on an opposed roll.
So I have to roll.
Deception. Another insight.
And then another insight. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. What did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
No! I rolled a 6 plus 1. I have a 7.
Oh my god, I rolled a 2 and I have a +5. Oh,
So I have a 7. And you have a 7?
I have a 7.
Oh, okay. So it's
we rolled the same number.
we rolled the same number.
Do we roll again, or do you want to just?
I'm gonna translate this into the story.
So it's the same number.
It's the same number. So I'm just like staring at you and just.
I have a mask. You can't really see me.
You see like a glint, and then it vanishes, and that's it.
You know, Sir Henry,
Yes.
where I come from, masks are used usually in balls and important occasions, but this occasion doesn't seem important enough for you to wear one. So why don't you just take it off, you know? A conversation among friends, of course.
I would say that every occasion is an important occasion. Life is precious after all.
It's so precious that I think we should see your face behind the mask.
Well, if you are that interested, perhaps we should travel together, and if I trust you in time, I will allow you to see my face.
So you're asking me to put trust in you before I know who you are?
You know who I am. I'm Henry Pendleton, the third,
The third.
a friend.
I imagine you're from a noble house. Henry Pendleton,
I
the
am.
third. You are, indeed. Pendleton. Pendleton. What's that?
Pendleton.
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 Have I ever heard of this before?
Please make a insight check or an intelligence check.
Oh, intelligence. I am very intelligent. Oh, no, I'm not that intelligent. Wait a second. 16.
You have not heard of House Pendleton.
Have I heard of House Pendleton? This
You have not.
royal family.
You would more know of wildland chieftains.
Have I heard of House Pendleton?
Mr. Clueless, you're a little clueless when it comes to royalty.
All right.
Okay, sure.
That's when I'm very intelligent.
Very famous house of Pendleton. How could I forget?
I wouldn't call it famous. It's a smaller of the noble houses, but I am still of the houses.
Okay. Well, yeah, the treasure we found was not that great. And she eats.
As someone who doesn't know much about royal houses, I think he's definitely trustworthy.
Thank you.
Nothing
Johnny.
sketchy here. Trust me, I can see these things.
I kick Nameless under the table with the little like, ow.
Cheers, Henry, to our new friend Henry,
To House Pendleton.
and to adventuring.
Here, here.
How does he drink through his mask?
To a new beginning. I have a straw.
Darn.
You have a straw. I love it.
He dips his beak in, and unbeknownst to you, there's like a little push button that he does on the side, and he eats a little straw like a hummingbird, literally like a hummingbird.
Okay, so I would love to know what I'm looking at. Now that I've gotten to sit down and relax a little bit and really take him in, what am I seeing?
So basically, it's a taller gentleman on like the 6 foot side. He is wearing a mask. It's like a plague doctor's mask, and then he has a nice little top hat with just kind of these robes with a very like fine, like wanting to be luxury undergarment, but not quite there. But there's not really a lot to see because he's very covered up.
I can't see any weapons.
Oh, you do see on his back, if you look very closely, there are a couple of throwing knives, and then there's what seems to be like a bone saw, to amputate.
That's a really cool saw you have.
Why, thank you.
Is it for bone sawing?
If there's a need to remove a body part, yes.
I love stuff like that. Nameless is kind of a little starry-eyed looking at this.
I can see this.
Looking at this weapon.
I see you have quite the battle axe yourself.
Yeah, and I have throwing stars too. Anyway, the meat's good.
Great. Can I know DM, like, out of character real quick, how much is the meals gonna cost? Like, the total, since she had, like, a plate of beef.
7, 3, 3, and 3. So we got 16. 16 gold.
16 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Ari's like, oh, so nice of you for offering this meal since we came into town. Thank you, Henry Paddleton III.
I was planning on serving you as a show of good faith. And I'd like to call over her Ramoy again. I'd just like to flag her, and then I'd put 16 gold down out of my...
She comes over. She picks it up. No tip, Henry?
Perhaps when I see you again?
I look at her. I say, I'll get a tip for you if you answer a few questions for me.
Okay. Shoot.
Have you ever seen anything strange or evil in this town?
There's a long ass silence, and she's just making eye contact with you. I don't want any trouble.
Well, I'm not here to bring trouble. I'm here to bring justice to those who might want trouble.
She does not believe anything that you're saying as she's literally like looking down at you with their hands on her hips going,
Can I do a persuasion check?
you may.
All right. I have advantage on persuasion, because of my rogue stats, I get double proficiency on persuasion. All right. Okay, 15, so that's unnatural 20. It's a dirty 20.
Ooh. How do you persuade her?
This will never get back to you. I'm a very private person. I'm a private eye, some might say. I'm here to go undercover, do some quiet work, and find out what's wrong with this town, so you and all your farmer friends can go back to normal, you see? And then I slide over 3 gold pieces.
You have convinced her. She goes, look, I can't do this here. Talk to my dad. Slides you a little note. It says 8 p.m. by the brewery.
Nodded the tip of the hair.
Wouldn't we see and be able to take that note too? Or is it just, for Johnny?
As she leaves, Johnny informs everybody.
Okay, great.
All right,
Can I ask a
everybody.
question before she leaves?
Yes.
Before you leave,
I said too much.
do you know anybody called Grace? Have you heard of
Chris?
Grace?
Grease?
Grease.
Grease?
It's like a
Grease.
Grease, like a.
She shouts that out. Some guys in red hoods look over.
Yeah, my late uncle. He's dead.
I never heard.
Yeah, he came to Hamlet.
There is an uncomfortable feeling in the tavern as everybody seems to look at you. Some gentlemen in a group of red hoods in the corner are looking at you. Another group wearing yellow coats are looking at you.
I attempt to go into, because I have, where is it? One of them. I have a sneak skill that lets me attempt to go into hiding and sneaking, even if the only thing blocking me is a person.
You're gonna go underneath Ramoy's skirt. You're gonna skirt it up. That's how I see it. Okay.
Not initially what I was gonna. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I go into sneaking.
All right. Let's see if she notices. What'd you get?
That's not great. That's a 6 plus my stealth modifier. Would that be?
Yes. 6
okay,
plus.
so plus 7. So that'd be, what is that? 13.
Ooh, just made it.
Oh,
Just made it.
I'm very
Whip
sneaky.
under my skirt without like crouched down, huddled, just like penguin walking under her skirt. The view's not so great.
Oh my. So since there's the two groups that are kind of eyeballing us now, like really hard, and the vibe is going plummeting very fast. Would I know to take initiative for that? Like,
So far, there's a high tension in there, but nobody's done anything. But everybody's noticed.
okay,
Everybody's
great.
noticed now. Now you all.
Ari, can Puffle do one of her cute tricks? Maybe
Puffle.
a little cute sit,
Yes.
spin, dance thing.
Puffle. Dance away. Dance away.
Performance check, please.
And then Puffle goes on the table. Oh, okay. Let me see her 1 second because I don't think she gets any. Performance is charisma, right? Okay. 11.
She actually has drawn the attention of the yellow jacketed group, and they're just like, ha! like if they were watching a cat video on the YouTubes.
Like, good girl, I take a piece of raw meat from Nameless Plate and I just give it to her.
She's very happy and she's like
Just give
floating around, jumping and doing a little wagging her tail. Then they stop. The Red Hoods are not distracted.
Can I just do like a little nudge to the red groups to just be like, come over?
I'm like eyeballing this. Can I like stop that? Can I be like, perhaps that isn't such a good idea. We've already drawn enough attention at this exact moment. I see that Johnny is currently missing from the table.
Oh,
So,
again?
perhaps
He does this.
Perhaps we should just let your little furry creature do its dance.
You signaled to me, miss.
Oh my.
I'm right here.
I have a tick.
You have a tick.
Sometimes I can't control my arms.
You can't control your arms.
He looks back at his group, kind of waves them.
What do you mean you can't control your arms? You tiefling? Half-orc? What are you doing here?
My friend. It's me, Henriette Pendleton. So sorry to cause you trouble, but I'm introducing our new guests to the tavern, the Three Sheets here, and we meant no disrespect. So, how about we just return to our drinks and continue on with our fabulous lives? Can I?
What are you doing?
I'm introducing our guests to the town.
Guests.
Guests, yes.
Guests.
He rolls his eyes,
We're watching you.
goes back with his friends.
I'd like to do a stand up and stretch and show my teeth and do a little intimidation as I just crack every bone in my body real quick.
Okay.
It came out on audio.
As he's walking away, you come up and do this. Roll an intimidation, please.
$17.
Ooh, he kind of was. He backs down a little bit and goes, hey.
Good ale here.
That's right. For everybody.
I sit back down.
You see him go back to his friends and kind of whisper, like, not here. Johnny Clueless, what are you doing?
Did the skirt I'm hiding under and the person wearing it walk back to the back, or are they just standing there?
She has made it to the bar counter.
Okay. Then I guess I'll come out from under the skirt, still hiding, and just kind of peek and make sure I can see what's going on.
Okay, so you're kind of beneath the bar stools of the bar, just in the shadows.
Just stealthily looking at
like
stuff.
a little like chameleon lizard, just like a gecko. All right. You can see that the yellow jackets, they're kind of done here, and they're walking their way. But the red hooded group are kind of just sticking around, eyeing you guys. They're a little intimidated of Nameless.
Can I see if the red jacket group are looking in any specific way at the yellow jacket group as they're leaving? With disdain or anything like that?
One of them, their leader, the one that came and talked to them, noticed them and just like eyeballing them, and then attention back on you guys.
I'm still hiding, so I'm not going to relay any of this information.
All right.
Well, are we about done with our meal?
What was that?
Yeah, Henry. Who are these people?
Who are these people? You knew them. Spill the tea.
As a medicine man, I would be glad to spill this tea you're speaking of, but I feel that would be waste. However, I have made contacts with some of these individuals in need of medical attention, as I am a medicine man, so I'm here to provide aid to the people, as this town is in a dire need. As I said, there seems to be an energy here that is of a malevolent type.
So you know them.
I wouldn't say we're friendly, but if they're in need of medicine, I offer my aid to all.
And you've given them medicine before, these guys in the red hoods?
Actually, yes.
Inside check. Fucking inside
Go
check.
ahead, and
I
it's
don't
the same
trust
thing.
him at all. He's lying on the street. That's a 4.
Do I roll?
No.
It's a 4. I'm like,
Due to the mask, you just can't get on that bead. Can't quite break through and get those nonverbal cues as he's masked and cloaked.
Well, I'm done with my meat. Do we want another round?
I mean, we have. You relate to us, right? The 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, before I went into hiding,
and I'm like, well, at
I
first.
said it out loud, very
said it out
loudly to
loud.
myself.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have an appointment at 8 p.m.
I don't have an appointment at 8 p.m.
Well, it would be nice if you came with us to understand what the hell is happening.
There's lots to do in this town. I would like to see some Smith while I'm here.
Let's go. I mean, there's some time. What time of day it is? Is it?
You spent about an hour and a half. I know it's about 4:45.
We have some time. We can find Johnny and then go to the Smith. We can come with you.
And the 3 sheets, is there lodging?
Yes, there is lodging.
So they could stay here as well? Okay. All right. Are you guys planning? Oh, excuse me.
We should.
Are we all planning to stay here for the night?
Where do you normally stay, Henry?
Where do I normally stay?
You stay here.
Oh, I do stay here. Okay, great. I normally stay here.
Then we shall stay here. We can take rooms. 3 rooms, deluxe, the best you have. If you have a penthouse, it's great. 1 for each of us. I'll pay for the bill.
Well, I like sleeping on the ground, you know. I like sleeping on the floor. I mean, I'd at least like to sleep on someone's floor.
The barkeep hails you,
Like,
then looks down and is like, "What are you doing there, lad?"
You can see me?
Yeah, he just looked down and is like, "What?"
Yeah. So Johnny reaches into his pouch and like discreetly puts on a mustache. He goes, I'm the rat inspector, making sure this is up to code and you don't have any rodents, Mr. Barkeep.
Well,
He tries a deception check to make him believe that I'm the rat inspector.
go ahead.
Okay. Ooh. Unnatural 20 again. I got a 17 on that roll.
What, again? It's been 2 weeks.
Yes, but you always have that unruly lot in here, and, you always have that unruly lot in here.
He goes back behind the bar, underneath the cabinets, gets a piece of paper. Look, I passed.
And not to worry, because you passed again. I just wanted to make sure you're keeping it up. Good work.
He puts it back. You don't understand, you inspectors. I do so much work, and there's bars and taverns out in the wilderness that don't even need any rat inspection. You're just harking on little towns. You should go to Galvar or Doveport. Why are you always picking on me?
Oh, don't you worry. I'm on my way there next. All these taverns are having rat problems. The only ones I don't check are the rat folk taverns.
Naturally, because there's rats there.
Of course.
Literally rats. He's still eyeing you. He's like, and then he just kind of like.
I just like scribble nonsense notes in my book and like give him a nod, and then I turn to the rest of the group and just wink.
I can't believe that sack of costume mustaches actually works.
I'll just.
What do you want, love?
We'll just take one room, the largest you have. The most polished you have, and Bill is on me.
My name is Patty, and what is yours?
I'm Ari.
Ari, nice to meet you, Ari. I see you have refined taste. Refined taste.
I do.
And that 3 sheets to the toad, we can cater to it.
Sounds amazing. And, of course, the room needs to be pet-friendly because Puffle sleeps with us.
We can
I'm sure
make
we can arrange that.
accommodations.
Thank you. Thank you, Patty.
I see you're a tiefling. We haven't had your kind here for quite some time.
That's a...
How do you say hi in tiefling?
Excuse me? I think that's quite offensive.
I don't mean to offend. I'm just curious.
I mean, I am a patron like anybody else. Why should it matter that I'm a tiefling?
Because it's been so long. We're not in the capital. This is kind of unusual.
You've never seen a tiefling before.
Well, I have, but at a distance, never at my establishment. In the old days, they just went to the House of Wozni.
Well, I am from the capital myself, never been to the house of...
Well, I mean, Lord Wozni is here. I mean, he's in next to the Elder's home.
Lord Wasley, you say?
Wozni.
Wozni.
W-A-C-N-E-Y.
Okay.
See, I can spell.
I'm sure you can. That was quite a spelling bee moment, Perry. So.
Like I said, I'm just excited to have you here.
Likewise, I'm excited to be here. And she says in Infernal, "Hello, I'm
And
Ari."
he tries back in Infernal. It's kind of weird. That right? Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
He's just overjoyed to learn a new word in another language.
Okay, when you see me tomorrow, just say,
Mosra.
exactly.
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful.
And how much do I owe you for the room? Sorry.
12 gold.
12 gold. Okay. And I'll just give him 15. I mean, just to
Oh, thank you.
keep, extra care
For
for
2
us.
days. 2 days.
2 days. Sounds good.
Okay.
Is there breakfast included?
I'm sure that can
For
be arranged.
her,
I slide like 5 more for the group.
of course. I like your tea.
Thanks. Okay. There's stuff to do in the town.
There is.
What would you like to do?
Well, I think we may want to do different things. I'm also okay to. I would love to check the medical tent and kind of check out this Lord Wasney dude.
I want to see what's so strange about this town.
You also want to go to the forgery, right?
The Smiths.
The Smiths.
I want to look around for that kid that ran away from us.
Ooh.
I'll go with Johnny. And then
Okay.
I also want to mention that perhaps Johnny, we should maybe investigate this brewery before the time has come to meet this potential contact.
You just said my word of the day. He rips off the mustache, but like facing away from the bartender.
You two are first to leave. Are you going to the brewery?
I don't know. Wait, did we decide to split, or it was just a suggestion? I don't know if we really want
happy-
to do that.
I'm happy to meet up with folks at 8:00. That does sound like a good thing to do. But there's so much to get done between now and then. I think splitting up is fun.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we are splitting up
You can go
because
wherever
you
want.
two were closest to the door, and that's why I'm going with that. Because you were leaving as a rat inspector, you didn't approach
I
the
did not
counter.
approach, yeah.
You two are out the counter.
Well,
So-
wouldn't we have reconvened to talk about this? Just like a.
If you would like to, yes.
Does the party reconvene to say that we're
Yeah.
splitting?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're
Oh,
splitting.
yeah. So I put the mustache back on and I turn to the counter and I wink at them and then I say to the bartender, "Good job keeping this place clean. You won't see me again for a while." And then I wink at them to let them know, like, I'm leaving. And I just say, "I'm leaving," and I turn around and then I go out the door and take my mustache back
Okay.
off.
I'll take some time before trailing behind him.
All right. You two.
I want to find the
Ari,
Smith's shop.
Smithy.
I'm just gonna stay a little bit longer in the tavern to talk to Perry, right?
Patty.
Patty. I want to talk with Patty a little bit longer, and then I want to find the medicine.
Medical tent.
The medicine
Ari's,
tent.
Ari's going to the medical tent.
Medical tent, and then this Lord Wasney.
Can I ask Patty before I go, like, just which way to the dwarf
Absolutely.
Smith?
Now you pass the town hall, past those empty houses, and it should be right on the right at the end of the road before the curve. I like your teeth.
I'm leaving.
So, as everybody was like leaving, since I was following behind Johnny, did the red hoods? Did they take note?
Yes.
So they took note of all of us leaving.
Yes.
And while we're out in the street, is anybody coming out, or are they all just in there hanging out?
They're in there looking out at you two through the window.
Okay, great. All right, Johnny Clueless. Well,
Well, you said my favorite word, investigate. You told me to
I did.
investigate the brewery.
specifically, you wanted to go and look for the figure that you were chasing after. You mentioned.
Ah, it seems you know something. Did you see a child running through the town when we came in?
Perhaps I did. Would you care to look around with me?
Oh, I would love to.
Well, then,
See, I want to find this child, and I want to talk to him.
let us be off.
All right. You cut to Nameless moving up. You hear the hammering and perfectly ringing sounds of somebody working in a small shed. The hammer and anvil, the nice ding, ding, ding of somebody hard at work forging metal.
I love hard work. I love metal. The smell of it.
As you can see here, you can smell the coals wafting in the room of outside of the little, like a stone shack with a chimney.
I'm much more at home in humble places like this than I am in grand taverns or.
What do you say?
Oh, I was just talking to myself.
You come on in.
I take out an apple, and instead of throwing it at the dwarf, I just offer it.
Oh,
Piece of fruit.
well, you certainly know how to make friends.
He takes a bite of that apple. He looks like he was a little famished.
Don't worry, it comes from outside of the town. I know some strange things. I've heard some strange things are happening here.
I am not much business anymore.
I'd love to give you some business, sir.
Oh, really?
Some smith's tools, just basic smith's tools that I can take with me on the road.
You want to learn some smithing?
I already actually have some knowledge, but I never put some
All
of
right.
my own tools.
He hands you his working hammer, and then he gets a ingot that's fully on fire. It has that orange glow and red. Puts it on the anvil. Show me what you got.
Whack, 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 whack.
Performance
whack,
check.
whack. Oh, it's a 7. I'm too excited.
You're going ham. You're going a little. The rings are just not there. I know. It takes time to get that work going.
I'm not an expert like you. I've got these giant hands.
Oh, that's all you need. It just takes time, lassie.
Will you show me?
Absolutely. We cut to Ari. You coming up the road, approaching the medical time.
Actually, I had a couple of questions for Patty.
Okay. Before then?
Yeah.
What are questions?
I think I can. You sound trustworthy to me. Straightforward.
And then he just says, exactly.
Exactly.
Hi.
Exactly. What can you tell me of Mr. Henry Paddington III? He's quite of a character.
Yeah. He usually hangs out with those red hoods and sometimes those yellow jackets.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he mentioned that.
He's been in and out here.
Does he pay the bills on time?
He has a tab.
He has a tab.
Hasn't paid in a while. I'm surprised he paid today. At least that's Ramoy told me that.
Yeah. He had to impress some people, you know.
Are you traveling with him?
He seems very eager to be helpful to our group.
At this point, Ramoy comes in and gets in the conversation, whispers something to her dad, and then walks away. Listen, we'll meet you later. Okay? Not now. Not now. They're still here. And then he looks over in the corner and you can see the Red Hoods looking back.
Nice.
Like a family of raccoons. Those Red Hoods are right there looking at you.
Ari's like awkward. Should I turn or not turn?
Don't turn. Don't turn. Don't turn.
She's like,
Don't turn. Just look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
I'll see you later.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the arrangement for my pet. It's very kind of you. Bye, ta-ta. And then she, and then ta-ta, and then she leaves.
Okay. Ari is left, and we're gonna move to Johnny Clueless and Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Before, as we're moving on, I'd like to take a nice detailed look at Henry and see if I see anything specific that gives me insight into him at all. Namely, like feathers or other things.
For like biology. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like the
I want to
humanoid
know. I
animal?
want to know as much about you as a humanoid as possible. Just real quick, just a quick investigation. I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to look.
What are you looking for specifically? Like feathers, like to see if I'm a bird person? Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's
Does
what I'm
he-
looking
does
for.
Johnny's kind of thinks you're like a big bird right now.
well, I do have the bird mask.
You have a bird mask on.
I possibly could spread my my arms and start flying away.
You're fully covered. You're hiding yourself from us, and I just want to deduce a few things.
All right,
Test a few
let's see.
Private investigator theories. Oh, that's a pretty good roll. What is this, investigation?
Yep.
All right. That is 19.
This is a human person
Cool. That's all I wanted to know. I'll keep that to myself.
Is
For
he
now.
Are you really like trying to gawk at me? How looking?
I'm like behind you, and I pull out my magnifying glass, and I'm just. And I nod and put it away.
Did you find something that you were interested in?
Nope. Nothing interesting here, just a normal lad and his normal friend doing an investigation.
Very well.
So, about this child. Do you know him?
You could say that I do. If you'd like to follow me, we could go to the edge of the town, near the farmlands. That's where he lives.
Ah, he's a farm boy.
That he is.
Then go ahead and take me. I trust you entirely.
Thank you. Then I guess we're gonna go ahead and walk out into the farmlands if he wants to talk to the kid.
You dip from the brewery, you see it in the distance, and you make a hard right. And you're going to farm number 1, which is run by the Lapis family. Are you approaching the farm, or are you going in? Are you knocking? Are you saying anything?
Well, if we're approaching the Lapis family, hold on. I'm familiar? Right.
You would know them, yes.
Okay. Can I have a bit more context? I don't have any. So I know this family.
You know
Do they
that
like
you
me?
know. No, you don't really hang out with the farmers. You know why.
But they know of me.
They know of you.
Have I
Alright.
sold anything to them?
You know who you deal with. You don't really deal with farmers.
What if there's money or coin to be had?
You buy food occasionally,
Okay.
but that would be not from them.
Okay.
It would be to the farm that is small, closer to the town.
But I know the farm boy, right?
You know the farm boy.
Okay, great.
I look at Henry and say, "Don't worry, I got this." And I reach into my bag of disguises, and I pull out like a bald cap and like overalls, and I make myself look like a farmer from a different town.
You take off your coat and you put on those overalls, and you look like a very clean farmer.
Yeah.
Like never worked a day. Okay.
Like your clothes are still greased.
Pristine, like
Yeah.
the tag
like,
is still on
like
it.
the folds are still there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fresh out of the
I put that
costume
on and it
bag.
goes,
So what was the kid's name? Do we have?
"We're gonna find out."
You know him.
Right, I know him, but do we have a name? He's just the farm boy. He's the farm boy.
Teeny.
You know Otis.
Okay.
You guys didn't hear that, but
I didn't hear that. No, he's just a farm boy.
Well, specifically, what were you wanting to ask this young man?
Well, I know I'm in my farm disguise. Well, I want to know why he ran right as he saw me. When I got into town, I feel like he knows something.
I don't think he would have anything noteworthy to anything that you're looking for.
Well, maybe he saw something. The eyes of a child, you never know.
That's right. They serve quite the purpose, you could say that.
Mm-hmm. And I, Farmer Pat, am going to get to the bottom of this.
Well,
hey, what you two doing out there? Soldier comes up.
I'd like to roll.
Sees an old elderly man. Looks like he's been in the field since he was a toddler. He's worn and leathered. He's got a little hunch, but still strong as an ox. What you two doing here?
I'd
we
like
were
to.
on our way to visit with Otis. I just had to speak to him for a brief moment and give him my thanks.
Listen, I want you to stay away from Otis. I don't like you.
By all means, I will adhere to this, and this will be the last you've ever seen of me. Or will ever see.
You know that's not true.
Au contraire, sir.
Man, I am just Gosh darn, I am irked by you. Don't be having no influence on my boy. It's my last son.
I'm so sorry to have brought him around here, and then can I make him? Can I roll to make him believe that I'm a farmer?
All right, give me that deception.
Okay, that's 14, and then deception, so that's 17.
What do you say?
I'm sorry to have brought him around your abode. Now, I'm Farmer Pat. I'm from out in the boundaries of the forest. You see.
Hell no, you ain't no Farmer Pat. Look at that crease on your goddamn term, man. Ain't nobody ever worked in goddamn field with that staring that, man.
You're telling me a farmer can't look nice once in a while? I'm trying to get all dressed
Roll
up.
another one.
3. So 6.
You ain't fooling me down there.
Well, I just need to ask your son a quick question, because he was trotting all over my place and saw me and ran, and that scared me a little bit. I want to make sure nothing's going on.
Another one.
Oh, that's a 9.
With you with him, I don't like him. You understand that?
I mean, fair enough, yeah. Who likes Henry Pendleton? You can't see his face.
I know. You can't dim there see his face, man. It's all covered up in detail. It's got that bird, man, that little beaky. Goddamn, who the hell got that beak?
I see him drink out of that.
He goddamn drank out of that.
Just a disgusting, untrustworthy person, but he's the only person who would tell me where to find you and your son, so I kind of had to, you know.
Leah comes out. It's like, what is going on here? Sojourn, what is going on? Who are these men? Come inside the house. And Sojourn and Leah go retreat inside the house.
Leaving us outside.
Leaving you two outside.
Is door slammed lock type deal or is this?
It is slammed, and a little clunk of the
Okay, so
wooden
it is slammed
barrier.
and locked. Okay.
So
Well-
I start to take off my overalls and put my disguise back in my pouch and put my hat back on. Well, that went well.
I was hoping it would be a more positive experience for the both of us. I'm gonna go to the front door and just I'll take another one of my gold coins and just put it near the door, so Otis will receive his payment. Okay. And then
Okay.
So what was that there?
perhaps I overthought this. But what I can say is that that young man was employed by me.
And was it him who told you where we were when we came to town?
Well, yes, if you must know the truth. Specifically, I am looking for adventurers coming into this town. It's an advantage to have eyes.
We cut to Nameless. You've learned a few tricks.
You've gotten a little better.
Rory, this is so fun. I would love to use this hammer to smash someone's skull, but it's also really fun to learn how to bash the metal.
Now remember, takes years of practice. Years. But always do a little bit every day, and you'll be good in no time.
There's no possible way you would sell me your beautiful worn hammer. I know. But maybe you have an extra I could...
Listen, are you offering to buy one of my slightly smaller hammers?
Can I check it out?
He goes into a little workbench, and with 4 drawers, goes on the top, pulls out a little hammer. This is a nice, about 5-pound heavyweight hammer, and he hands it to you.
This was my first hammer. I'm a little hard on coin right now, so if you'd be willing to buy it, I'd really appreciate it.
I would love to buy it.
Oh, thank you so much.
If you have tongs and a file, I'd buy those from you as well. I've got gold.
I kind of need them, but that one I'm willing to part with.
I understand.
All right, can you give me 7, please? 7 gold, please.
Happily.
Oh, thank you so much, so much.
And anything else for sale here? Like,
Oh no! But
Jank gets very excited. You learn that Jank is
Jank.
From Rattling, and he's a dwarf here. He is the blacksmith of the town, but he didn't bring back his smithing equipment. He just couldn't bring it all the way here, and he's been kind of a nomad and kind of down on his luck. But he says he's really happy that you can commission him to make something. He's like, I can make something for you.
so if anyone on my adventure team needs anything
Yeah, it's just
forged,
It just takes me time, just time. But I'd love to help you.
okay, great. Do you do engravings too?
He pulls out on the bottom drawer of the four drawer chest. He pulls out some engraving tools.
Yeah, I can do it. It just takes me time. It just takes me time.
Beautiful.
And he folds them up, puts them back.
I can do it. I just need work.
All right, Jank. Well, I'm here in town for a couple of days, so we might just commission you to do a couple of special things
Okay,
for
good,
us.
good.
Thanks for the hammer.
It's been really hard.
What happened, Jank?
Something's wrong. The traders from Doveport and Greycott, they're not coming. They're just not here. The warden's not even here. The law's not even here anymore. I don't know what happened.
When did they leave, the warden and all?
The warden left about a week ago, and it's just no one's come to my smithy. I mean, I've just been here. It's just getting hungry. It's just I'm beginning to regret that I left my home.
Is it dangerous? What's been...
I don't know. No one's coming. No one's coming and going like they did.
So you've lost all the business. There's no one to protect the town.
I mean, we got the lads in the militia, but the law's not here.
The militia, that's the red hooded, yellow hooded
No,
folks?
those aren't the militia.
No.
Those are. Well, I don't know if I could talk about them. It's dangerous.
Well, I don't want to put you into any danger, Jank. I hope you consider me a friend.
Dude, you really helped me out buying me hammer.
I'd like to give you some more business too.
I'd be so grateful.
I just don't know how safe it is for my group and me to hang out. We're only going to be here for a couple of days, so anything that we can find out, maybe we can help turn this town around for you all.
He's really thinking hard right now. He's just really somber. I just know it has something to do with the tower here.
The tower.
Something. I don't know what. I just stay in me work hut, but something's wrong. Something happened recently, only in a few weeks. I just, I live job to job. And if the jobs don't come, usually from Doveport, the shipbuilders, they always need something forged.
You're just an honest green collar guy. Sorry, that's a orc thing.
Yeah, I'm an honest green collar guy. You're very, very nice. I mean, you listen to me, and you take very well to the trade.
You remind me of my dad. He taught me everything I know.
Why, he must have been a fine smith.
No, he was Anyway,
It's all right. It's
you
all
remind
right.
me of my dad. And Jank, I want to help you. I want to help your town. Any information that you can give me will help, but either way, I'll smash. I'll smash folks.
That'd be quite nice. It's
Yeah.
just like I said, something to do with the I don't know, the scholars? I guess you call them scholars.
The scholars in the tower.
Yes.
I hate scholars.
Break. Cut into Ari.
I'm going to the medicine tent.
All right.
Like just walking around chirping and like jumping and looking around. Getting to
You hear the bubbling of something on a Bunsen burner, and you can smell like incense wafting from a modest-sized little like partially a constructed building, partially a tent.
I enter. Hello? Anybody there?
You see two masked apothecaries in the tent. Hello.
Hello. Are they masked as,
Just exactly like Mr. Henry.
are they dressed as Henry too?
Yes, very similar.
I'm like, oh, hello. I'm sorry. I thought you looked like a friend of mine for a second. Apologies. I'm here to know if you have potions, anything that can help. A group of adventurers.
Oh, well, he points to like 4 little cots and like herb packets next to them. Well, those are our intensive cares, for the wounded, but we haven't had very many wounded lately.
Yeah.
Do you have any hurt friends? My name is Foy.
Hi, Foy. I'm Ari.
Hello, Ari.
Nice to meet you. No, not her friends at the moment, but we travel around and sometimes you never know dangers that you can encounter. So I was just hoping to, have something on the go, like a potion or...
Oh, so we do have them, but we kind of make them on demand. So we can make some potions for you.
Okay. That would be great. What kind of potions do you have? How much they're for?
I'm not as skilled as Fred, but I could make some minor potions. It only takes me about 2 days.
We're planning to be here for a couple of days, so that should be fine. Yeah.
All right. Just for my services. It has been a while since someone's come and hurt or sick. Can 20 gold, please?
That's quite pricey, considering I just spent...
I have to go out into the forest and collect the ingredients.
That's fine. 20 gold will work. Foy.
Yes.
Well, is it just you and Fred in this shop?
Yes. Who's asking?
I just thought maybe Henry was also part of this shop, so maybe it was 3 people.
Who?
Henry Paddington? He's the 3rd. He's
What? There's
Yeah.
another healer here?
I believe so. I mean, he's dressed exactly like you folks, so I assumed he was part of the shop.
We are the only healers here.
You are. So you've never heard of Henry Paddington III?
I have not.
Well, just letting you know that maybe somebody in town dressed as you fine folks.
We are sanctioned And he pulls out like this framed certificate and has the royal seal
Okay.
of that these are the official healers of the town of Hamlet.
That's quite official.
It's like
Yeah.
he shows you, and then he puts it back on the shelf next to some medical books and tomes of herbalist knowledge and some vials and potions and mixing equipment and mortar and pedestal.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. It's very clear that you know what you're doing here, and I really value your service.
Well, I have to do the job.
Yeah, please. Could I just check these books on the shelf? They look quite interesting and new, and I mean, I've never read alchemy of herbology, and I've read a lot of books.
Well, he seems kind of hesitant. Well, since you commissioned me, maybe let me summon Fred. He calls Fred. Fred comes out. Foy gathers up a rucksack and goes out, and he leaves the tent and goes out to the forest to fetch supplies. We're gonna break there.
I'm Johnny Clueless, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of Assault on the Crystal Tower.